Video discusses the new Grid Templates feature in version 10. Grid Templates allow you to get a quick start when you build a new grid component. So let's go ahead now and say new, and I'll choose here a grid component. And you can see that immediately I get a list of templates that come up, and so I can either start my new grid with no templates, or I can or I can use one of the existing templates over here, and the templates can be filtered based on DBF templates if you're going to be building a grid based on a DBF table, or SQL templates over here. Now the templates that are showing right now are the system defined templates, but you can easily create your own templates as well, and this gives you all of the instructions you need on how to create templates, and we'll demo that over there. So let's go ahead right now and say, for example, click on say Updateable Grid, and then you can see that the help for the Updateable Grid template is displayed, and it's going to tell you what properties are going to be set in the grid builder when you choose this template, and it tells you here what to do next. So if you're a new user, you'll probably leave this checkbox on, which is on by default. And so now when I click the OK button, the grid builder opens up, and the help is still visible now in a modeless window, so you can read the help and see what to do next. So this is telling you here that I need to go to the query pane and choose the table that the grid is based on, and then go to the fields pane and choose the actual fields that are going to be in the grid. So those are, and that's an example of obviously of a built-in system template. But let's say that you're working on a project, and you know that, for example, your connection string is going to be north winds, and you're also basically going to be building a whole bunch of components against say the customer table in north winds. So now you can see I've made a bunch of selections over here, and now I can go and say File, Save as Template, and now I can go ahead now and save this work as a template. And when you save it as a template, you have a choice of saving it as a local template, which means that that template will only be available to you in the current project that you're working on, or a project template, which means that that template will be available to all of the projects that you work on in the current Alpha 5 database, or a global template, which means that this template will be available to you no matter where you're working, no matter what project, or no matter what database you're working in. So I can go ahead here and give this template a name. I'll call it say grid based on Northwind customer table, and I'll just type in SQL so that I know it happens to be a SQL based table, and then I can go ahead here and type in any description that I want. So I'll just type in here grid based on customers table, and then I'll say read only, and I can furthermore edit this comment using HTML if I want. So I'm going to just go ahead now and click OK, and this is going to be a local template. So let's go ahead, and then my template was saved. So I'm going to close this down now, and now I'm going to go ahead and create a new component. So now let's go ahead now and create a new component. So let's go here and say new component grid, and you can see there's my local template with the help that I defined. So I'll just go ahead here, and I'll just turn off that open help window button. So I'll click OK. So you can see here's our grid. It's based on, we've already pre-selected our data source as Alpha DAO. The connection name is Northwind, and the customer table is there. So components can really save you a lot of time when you're building new components.